Hey there, I'm Ken. This is Canadian Retro Things, and it is time to see if we can get that TRS-80 Model 1 working. That's right, you may remember that I got a little donation to the channel while I was at VCF MidWest, and it was some chips that should help my TRS-80 Model 1 get working, which is the perfect video to be doing during this wonderful month of Tandy. All right, so I guess we got to open up the Model 1 and see if we can get it working. If we can, we'll finally be able to try out that expansion unit and see if it's working. So before we dive into doing all of this stuff, I just have to give a big thank you to the sponsor of today's video, PCBWay. PCBWay, where you could have PCBs printed starting at only $5 for 10 boards. Yes, $5 for 10 boards. That means with PCBWay, any project you're working on won't break the bank when it comes time to start making the test boards or the final products. And you won't waste time. You can have your PCBs printed as fast as 24 hours. So why not try PCBWay today by visiting www.pcbway.com and PCB prototype the easy way. And I am just going to jump straight into desoldering the chip, which is right here. Unfortunately, being at my cabin and not having everything I might want, I don't have a socket for this. So I figure I'm just going to have to desolder this and put the chip straight onto the board, and in another 40 years, if I have to repair this again, I'll add a socket. So hopefully this is actually the problem. So all right, I've got the 74C00 chip out, and in there now it's a 74HC00, which is a perfectly acceptable replacement. So time to add a little bit of solder. All right, there we go. So it is now time to add a little bit of power to this and see what kind of an output we're getting. All right, here we go. Well, let's see. Okay, well that is progress. We're getting lines on the screen. Let me see if I can fiddle with that and see if I can get something working here. All right, well, changing that chip definitely helped. We're now getting more of an output than we did before, but I think there's still more things to repair here. So I am now going to test the 74C00 chip that I took out of the machine, and it appears to be testing normally. So I'm not sure that that chip was actually bad. I was so certain I had found the problem, but it looks like I was completely wrong. Okay, now that we are getting a slightly better signal to the monitor, it's actually showing something on the monitor, even though it's not what we want to see. let's see what we're getting as an output. Okay. Actually looks very, very similar to what we were getting before. So I guess this means we have to start checking a bunch of more of the chips. Let's start with the chip that I just changed and see if it's getting a better signal out of there. Okay, we are going to start out with Z6 pin 8. Okay, that's about what we want, and Z57 pin 8. I believe that is under here, and 8. Z57 pin 8 is not giving us what we want, which is the vertical sync. So Z5 is the one that we changed. So we'll start out with pin 3. Z5 pin 3. Alright, that looks like about what we should be getting. Z5 pin 11. Alright, we're still getting nothing on pin 11. Pin 6. And pin 8. We're still not getting anything on pin 11. Alright, I just turned this back on, and oddly enough, I don't seem to be getting the rolling lines like I was earlier, so I don't know what's going on there. But since it looks like Z5 did work originally, my donation did include 3 chips, as I showed you before. There's also a replacement for Z6 and Z57, I believe, which are all 3 chips that quite commonly fail in the video circuit. Now, one other thing that I wanted to try was R20 here should do a little bit. That's a potentiometer here that doesn't seem to do anything. Yeah, neither of these potentiometers seem to be making any effect whatsoever to the screen. So, alright, so I've spent some more time watching other videos and reading a bunch of stuff, and definitely the other 2 chips that I have here are common ones that fail in the video circuit. So I guess I am going to replace these. I'm running out of time here at my cabin. I gotta quickly get this done so I can have this video out before I leave the cabin, because by the time I travel home, Tandy will be over, and I want to get this video out during Tandy. So I just have to remove the one chip, and I'll test it out, and then I'll remove the other chip, put in the new one, test it out, and we'll see how that goes. If that doesn't work out, then I've got some other ideas, but yeah, that's going to take some more work with stuff that I have at home. All right, I have changed both Z5 and Z6, and our output is exactly the same. Well, I have one more chip I can try. And then I am going to have to go down a completely different rabbit hole to try and figure out what is wrong with this computer. And the final chip that I'm taking off today is actually under here. So, first thing I have to do is gently peel this thing off. So that I can move it out of the way. It'll be this chip right here. All right, I have now replaced Z5, Z6, and Z57. So, our output is... Oh, look at that. It's different. So we definitely have a much different output on the video signal. So let's hook up the TV and see what happens. All right, what is going to happen? Hopefully some good things. Let the monitor warm up. And okay, we are getting a scrolly screen. But we are definitely closer than ever. All right, well, I've fiddled around with that for a little while, and I can't seem to clean it up, but yeah. I think we are getting definitely a lot closer to getting this Model 1 working. And now, just for my own peace of mind, I have the 274 CO4s I just took out of the machine. And now we will test them. Okay, that one works. And that one does not work, and I think that would be the one that was in Z57, because that was the last one I changed, and when I changed it was when things changed on the signal. And I am getting closer and closer to getting this Model 1 working. So unfortunately, I was completely wrong about what chip wasn't working, but I was right about the area of the computer that was not working. It was a closely related chip. So, you know, I didn't quite hit a bullseye, but I was pretty darn close. So now I just have to figure out how to get that monitor, how to get that picture cleared up, and then I think this computer will be working. So looking really forward to that. Unfortunately, I'm completely out of time here at my cabin. So I'm going to be packing this computer up and taking it home with me and hopefully get it running there. But yeah, it's been a blast here this summer. So yeah, I just got to say a big thank you to my channel sponsor, Retro Rewind. If you have a Coco or a Commodore computer and you need something for it, then check out his website at www.retrorewind.ca. They've got all kinds of stuff for diagnostic, for loading games. They can work on your computer for you. They sell capacitor kits. And when you're checking out, use my discount code of CRT10 to save 10% on your entire order. All right, well, yeah, hopefully in the next video, this computer will be working. But for now, I have to go, so I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, don't forget that a like, a subscribe, and a comment below are all things that help the channel out a lot and are greatly appreciated. But until next time, I will see you later.